Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curated by Becta's Big Night In number 4 for the month of August 12th to September 4th. Thanks so much for ordering this week, and thanks so much for letting us help you celebrate something really special and big at home. We've got an amazing menu for you tonight, and I've got a lot of juggling to do because I've got 3 different hot courses. So I'm trying to keep the video nice and tight, but trying to show you all the tricks of the trade in order to finish this beautiful meal for yourselves at home. So I've gone ahead and put the pork belly in a few minutes ago, and so it's going to be ready to come out and get started. And I'm going to see how we do all this juggling. I know I've got my potato roasties for the main course that need to be on parchment paper on a baking sheet and needs to go in for 12 minutes. So I'm going to do that right now. Hey, Google, set an alarm for 12 minutes.
You got it. Your alarm's set for 6:31 p.m.
Perfect. Okay, so let's focus on the pork belly course. So we've got some delicious succotash, and if you have not had our chef Rich Wilson's white bean succotash, you are in for a treat. We also have some carrot puree that is warming up gently on the stovetop. The succotash needs 1 tablespoon of butter for 2 people. It's a slightly butter heavy meal. I apologize in advance, but this is luxury. This is what you're going for tonight, I think. So make sure to keep giving that a little stir. We're going to warm it up for about 5 minutes. Same thing with the carrot puree. The succotash will be on medium and the carrot puree on medium low. So our pork belly has been in the oven for 15 minutes now, and it's fat side down. So now I'm going to pull it out and flip it around. It smells amazing. So we do all this like 2-day curing process and smoking process in order to make it amazing. I wish you guys could smell that, but you will soon. So we're going to flip it around 3 more minutes on the back side, and then we will plate up the delicious pork. But in the meantime, why don't we get the main course rolling? So we've got this sauce diable, which is a classic Bordelaise sauce with a couple special tweaks. But it is just a luxury ingredient to be able to finish off your grass-fed beef strip loin tonight. So I'm going to warm this up on low, and I want to get my pan going for the veggies. And more importantly, I want the pan going nice and hot. If you have a cast iron pan for the beef, perfect. So we're going to do 1 tablespoon of canola oil per person, both on the beef and in the veggies. That seemed a little light. Saute up the succotash. This can be in a pot or a pan, whatever you like, as long as you keep it stirring. And same thing with the carrot puree. We don't want that burning. We just want it warming up nicely. And for the last 30 seconds of the succotash, we're going to put the beautiful buttermilk dressing in there. Okay, so steak pan is getting warm. The veggie pan is getting warm, and you want a nice baking sheet with a resting rack, like a cookie sheet, and that's going to rest the beef, which is key. So here we've got the Beverly Creek beef strip loin. Now this is a new supplier to us. They are a wonderful small beef producer, all grass-fed beef, which takes a lot longer than the corn-fed beef to do. And it may look a little small when you get it in the bag. It's because we've actually already cooked it most of the way for you. So we've cooked it to rare, and so it's going to shrink in size. But I promise you, if you're still hungry at the end of this meal, please send me an email, sbecta@becta.com or yum@becta.com, and we'll hook you up because I promise you there's no way you're going to be hungry after this meal. So season the beef with salt and pepper both sides and get a couple tablespoons of butter ready for you. So we're going to need 4 in total, 4 tablespoons. So 1 with the succotash, 1 with the vegetables, and then 2 with the beef, which is going to give it that luxurious mouthfeel in addition to the sauce, which is warming up. Okay, pork belly in there, roasty in there, carrot puree looking good. Okay, I want to start searing the beef before I start plating because I know it's going to be 3 minutes per side in a cast iron or heavy bottom pan. Now let me make sure that the pan is ready. You take a little bit of water on your fingers, and if it pops, it means it is ready to go. Done and done. So let's see if I can do all this in 3 minutes. So carrot puree. This is going to go down in the center. And my oven's beeping at me. And you want to give it a nice distribution. I might even get the back of a spoon on that. I've got non-stick pots, and my wife really likes it when I take care of them. So not using the metal spoons on the non-stick pots. So spread it around so the carrot puree covers the bottom of your plate and the inside edge of the plate. You don't have to season the carrot puree. So last 30 seconds, we're going to throw the buttermilk dressing in and mix it around on the succotash. That gives it some beautiful acidity. It's got some lovely colors and textures, but you do need to season the succotash with some salt and pepper. Let's see how I do with all these balls in the air. Okay, the beef is almost ready. You want a nice golden crust to it, a nice sear to it. That allows all the juices to run to the center, and it caramelizes the beef, which gives it a beautiful texture. Quick sip of wine. Always very helpful. Today, we've got the Pas de Louvre de Maine Faillac from Corbière in France. Blend of Macabeo, Bourboulon, and Claret. And I think it's really tasty. Okay, beef is going over. Pork belly's ready to come out. But first, let's turn this guy off. And that guy off. That guy's ready to go. I'm going to put the broccolini in there for the main course. And our fennel. You want to sear this almost like a steak. So make sure that there's a nice flat bottom to the vegetables. Okay, and I might turn that up just a notch. Okay, the beef is looking good. Let's plate this. Okay, maybe I'm going to break my cardinal rule of not using the metal on the non-stick pans. I'm being super careful. And again, spread this out so that your Instagram photos can look fabulous. Or your Facebook. It turns out more people connect with us on Facebook than just about anything else. So thank you for all your Facebook love out there. When you post your pictures and tag us in it, we really like it. I'm going to turn the hood fan on a little bit. And I'm also going to turn this guy off. I'm going to throw 2 tablespoons of butter in there to melt. I'm really juggling a lot here. The roasty is looking good. Now our pork belly is going to go right on there. I'm going to do one with each direction. But that is one good looking dish. I have always been a sucker for succotash in my life, a classic southern U.S. dish with beans and corn, but this one was based really on white beans. So there we have it with the corn puree, the succotash with the buttermilk dressing, and our smoked and confit Perth pork belly using our great local suppliers. Okay, so we've got less than 6 minutes left, so the dessert tarts are going in. Now I need to baste the beef. Now this is a super great trick for any time you want to finish beef at home in a pan. You put some butter in, you put it to the bottom, and then you just baste it around like this. and it gives it a luxurious texture that you can't imagine. Because the butter caramelizes, making it sweet. That's going to sit for one more second, and let's see how we're doing on the veg on the searing. Getting some nice color. Turn this around. Yeah, so treat the vegetables almost like a steak. So you're searing it on each side, because you want that nice brown color. Move this guy over, get a little more sear. Perfect. I'm going to turn up the sauce in the back because it's looking like it's just a little bit light on the heat. Okay, I'm going to baste this one more time, and then we're going to let this rest for a couple of minutes, and that's why you've got your cookie sheet here. You want to hold on to the butter because that's a nice way to finish the steak before we add the sauce. Okay, that's looking good. What else are we going to do? For the vegetables, 3 minutes on each side, and then add 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter per person and season with salt and pepper. Finish cooking for 1 minute. So that extra tablespoon goes at the end after I've got the sear on both sides. The roasty is probably almost ready, and it'll be perfect when this guy comes out. I've got my oat crumble. Get that ready. Let me talk to you about the red wine, because most of you who order the Big Night In kit order the wine pairings, because why not? It is fabulous. This one is a Malbec from Zunino in Mendoza, Argentina. So Argentina actually has some of the best grass-fed beef in the world. I don't know if that's why our sommelier Connor chose this wine, but I agree with him on it. Like the beef, it is very luscious, very round and rich. Let's see what the words he uses. So black raspberry, earth spice, and leather. I would agree with most of that. Anyway, he's a little more poetic than I am, but I know you're going to really enjoy it. Okay, the veg is looking good. Let's throw in that butter. I'm going to turn the heat down just a touch because maybe I cranked it up a bit too much. Put it on 5, so medium instead of medium high. And the sauce looking like it's good. Give it a quick little stir. Hey Google, off. What was that? Oh, that was for the potato roasty. So I know it's ready to go. The good news is all of the baking items are good in here. You know what? I messed up, so I'll apologize. The roasty is supposed to be 6 minutes on each side, and I did it 12 minutes on one side. So don't mess up the way that I did. But one side's looking nice and crisp, and that's the side that we're going to put up here. This is my second YouTube video in 2 days for meal kits, because of course I do the regular weekly one. So I apologize that I got a little confused. Okay, the veg is looking really good. Let's turn that off. Season it generously with salt and pepper. And now that we've got a nice sear to it, we can toss it around. Fennel's got a little extra bite, and the broccoli raab's got some extra bitterness. So a little extra salt is not a problem. Okay, all my butter's used up, so I feel like I've done something right. Okay, the beef is rested. I think veg is going down next. We're ready to go. We can turn the hood fan off now. So, our chef was talking about alternating between the fennel and the broccoli raab. So, see what you can do from an artistic perspective on this guy. So, we've got 2 nice big pieces of fennel per person, and same thing with the broccoli. Actually, maybe a little more for the broccoli. Yeah, we've got 3 pieces of broccolini per person and 2 big pieces of fennel. So we're going to alternate 3 and 2. And there we go. Don't forget the sauce, because that has so much flavor to it. Lovely. This is the first meal kit night that our son is not home. He's working right now, which makes my heart sing. He is working in a restaurant. I'm going to turn off the oven because the tarts will almost be done. Not one of ours, because as he says, that would be awkward. But he's really enjoying it. Bussing tables, filling up waters, seating people. It's really great. Okay, so don't forget to season the beef again. If you've got some crunchy sea salt, that's a wonderful thing to finish it off. Okay, so Chef Rich said cut against the grain. So find out on the side usually where the grain is, and you want to cut against it. And he said just cut it in half because it is super tender already. So the grain's running that way. There we go. And plate it any way you like that it is artistic. This guy is being peculiar. Oh, there we go. That looks pretty. Maybe I'm going to do one like, there we go. That looks good. And actually, I'm going to do the medium rare side out. And by the way, for those of you who want something more than medium rare, no problem. I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of salt on the inside, by the way. That's very key. And I'm also going to pull the tart shells out of the oven. The peach and white chocolate tart. So if you want it more than medium rare, give it an extra minute per side. Okay. Now the sauce is going to go on top of the beef, like this, and then around the plate. That's looking gorgeous. It's so funny, I constantly think that one plate is going to be the beautiful picture shot, and sometimes it turns out to be another one. So yeah, my wife and I get to enjoy this, just the 2 of us. Usually this meal serves 3 of us. But our hardworking son is at work. Okay, so let me show you. Oops. The beautiful Beverly Creek beef strip loin, grass-fed, done sous vide with the potato roasty, the broccoli rabe, and the seared fennel with the sauce diab. All right, put that aside. Now it is dessert time. Super easy. Hopefully these aren't too hot. Oh, very nice. Peaches are at the height of their season right now. And we're going to take the oat crumble. You don't have to use it all. It's totally up to you. But it adds a lovely crunch to the dish. One thing I would recommend, wipe the plate or the bowl. You know, I'm feeling like this is missing something. We may send you with a little garnish. I'm not sure what it is. I need to talk to the chefs, but I know it's going to taste amazing, but maybe a little garnish to set it off. So this is our white chocolate peach tart. The white chocolate ganache is at the base with the peach preserve, oat crumble, and white chocolate ganache. Guys, thanks so much for being part of this and for letting us deliver some great things to your home. I hope you love the meal. Please reach out with any feedback. We always appreciate it. Put it on social media. We always really appreciate that. And I hope you're having a great summer. Enjoy your dinner.